Hey everyone! So today I wanted to talk about my first full year in real estate, which was this past Saturday, the 7th. That's my first full year that I've had an active license. And I kind of wanted to give you guys like a how it went, kind of video. Um, yeah. So my first year in real estate went amazing. My first sale was in April. We're in March. I got licensed in March. Was it April or May? It was in May. My first sale was in May. That was a cash deal. Since then, I've done FHA, conventional, USDA, um, land, resale, new build. I got a lot of experience, so that's pretty cool. I also noticed that not every agent that started around the same time I did is still in the real estate business. I have heard I was pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got into real estate, just because there was a myth like, oh, agents only sell one house in their first year, so don't be like depressed and this and that. And I know agents that stopped doing it because they were saying that it wasn't good and stuff. And honestly, it all depends on the agent and the brokerage. My personal opinion, because if you're not working to get your clients, you're not working to get the business, it's not going to come to you. And another thing that I learned, sorry it's so loud, y'all, let me close the door. Okay, my chair's so cute, I just got it today. Anyways, so what was I saying? I don't remember. But I know that in real estate, if you're not working, if you're not pushing yourself, nobody's going to push you. The business is not going to come walking up to you. That's not how it works. And yeah, so when I first started in real estate, I actually got my license through Keller Williams. And I got through Keller Williams because I'm like, oh, Keller Williams, it's a big name. They're going to offer all this training. I'm going to do it for the first year. And, the girl that I had signed up under, she was with Keller Williams. So I was like, Keller Williams it is. That was my first mistake. Keller Williams, and I'm not trying to bash it or anything, but that's more of like for producing agents. That's my personal opinion. So I wasn't happy with the brokerage. For one, you pay a monthly due every month, whether you sell or not. Two is the commission split is super high. Also, they have a royalty, and it just didn't make sense to me, So I switched to a different brokerage, Texas Connect Realty. They have the training, it's like one-on-one. It's just amazing. And I think if you're starting in real estate, you want to go to a brokerage that's going to offer you that training that you're going to need. That was like my best decision. And I switched with them this year, 2020, in January. Yeah, like mid-January is when I switched over to the brokerage, and their commission split is less. I don't have a monthly fee. They do have a transaction fee, but that's not bad. So I would say if you're getting into real estate, definitely interview brokerages. Don't go with if you feel that's what's going to work for you, then go for it. But personally, I found that the smaller brokerage that can provide that one-on-one training was way better for me. With knowledge comes power. With knowledge comes confidence. That's what I meant. Knowledge comes confidence. So the more knowledgeable you are, the more confident you're going to be whenever you're explaining stuff to your client and this and that. I would say definitely get into as many classes as you can. Go to as many classes as you can. Go on YouTube. And also, you learn by experience a lot. Literally every single deal that I've had has been completely different. Like I get hit with, they're married, but one of them's in prison, or, the Texas laws. And then I had an LLC that one of the members passed away. It had to go to probate. I had just like all kinds of crazy stuff, that I've experienced in the first year. So it's just very interesting. I've had bad stuff too. I actually had a client where we weren't able to close, and that was a learning experience. It sucked, but I know I did the best that I could. It wasn't necessarily my fault that it happened. It was just kind of one of those things that it sucks. But yeah, so I've had the good, I've had the bad, I've had the great. I have really, I have closings coming up. I'm just like super excited. So if you want to go into real estate, definitely go for it, but you have to be a go-getter. You have to hustle. If you don't, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's probably not going to work for you. I'm just being honest. You're going to waste your money. Because like I said, when I came in, a lot of people had came in around the same time or right before me, and they're no longer doing it. They had to get a full-time job because they couldn't do it in real estate. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. But if it is for you, it's super rewarding. So, I think that's it. If y'all have any questions, or like if there's something I didn't cover that y'all want to hear about, put it in the comments. That way in the next video, I make sure that I cover that topic. Some tips for realtors that have started. It's definitely that brokerage. That's going to help you a lot. Go to a brokerage that's going to be able to give you that training. Make sure you do your pipeline. Make sure you have a good lender. You need a good lender, y'all. Lenders are. I had a bad lender. I had a bomb lender, and then I had so. And I use my bomb lenders as much as possible. So yeah, get that lender, get the inspection. You have to be organized. You have to. I think you should dress cute. I feel like if you dress successful, you'll be successful. So when I first started, I was kind of like, hey, I'm gonna dress how I dress, and I'm gonna get clients, and they don't have to like me, blah, blah, blah. But since then, I've gotten, like, I sold a $500,000 house, and I possibly got the listing on a $1.8 million house. So that's like a huge, like, y'all, my first sale was $53,000 cash, was in the 50s. It was 50 something cash. And my last closing was $510,000, and now my next possible listing is $1.8 million. So that's like huge. It's like, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just successful, be on time, stay organized, and promote yourself as much as possible, honestly. And that's it. That's all I could think of. So again, if there's anything that I didn't cover that you do want to know, please leave a comment, and I'll be more than happy to answer another. See, I'm all tongue-tied. I'll be more than happy to answer on another video. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye.